Hey guys, RC Nerds here. It's been a while since I've done an overview of my Rustler 4x4. This thing has been through 3 different power systems. The power system I'm about to show you is my new one that I just installed. I haven't done a bashing video on it yet, but that will come. I just want to kind of give you guys an overview of what's new, what's the same, and how I like it so far. Alright, starting off with the roll cage. This roll cage from T-Bone Racing. This thing has exceeded my expectations so far. It's really easy installation. I don't think it's too expensive. Great fit, and it makes it look awesome. It definitely protects the body. What's cool is you have the inner skeleton from the Rustler body, but then also now you have this. So when you bash hard and you crash, roof landings, all that stuff, I have never had this body come off. And it even has more protection with the exoskeleton. And if you end up getting this, I don't even think you'd have to do plastic dip or the drywall tape on the inside of the body. You can see that has seen better days, but it, it really does work well, and it's scraped up. It's on there good still. I have the T-Bone rear bumper. This did come with wheels on it. I was a little disappointed. The wheels, they use bushings, not bearings, and they just ended up breaking off pretty easy. But I ended up taking off the wheels anyway, and this is a really solid rear bumper. Moving on to the front, I have the RPM front bumper. I've only ever broken one of these before, and I don't know, I was at the skate park I think like a year ago, and I did like just a straight on front landing, and it broke it. But besides that, this one has been phenomenal. Still have the GPM diff housings front and rear. Sway bar front right here, sway bar rear. I have they're not new anymore, but the newer Traxxas axles for the 4x4 vehicles right here. The old style I have in the back. For some reason, I have no idea why, it baffles me, but I have broken off probably at least 10 axles in the back. They break off right where you screw on your wheel. That happened, I'm not gonna lie, at least 10 times. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I don't know if I had just a bad batch, or I have no idea. Traxxas did replace a couple of them, but eventually they just stopped replacing them because I kept breaking them. So I went back to the old style Traxxas solid axles in the back, the ones that are like on the X01. And these are the originals I bought. I bashed this thing super hard. Never broke one. Never broke one. No idea what the difference is, but they've been great. The front ones, I've never broke. All right, you can see I'm sporting the MX-28 Badlands. For a while, I was using the paddles on the back, but I'm going back to the Badlands because I'm gonna put the paddles back on my Slash. I have the Traxxas big bore shocks. Oh, you can see I wish that these were threaded, because as you can tell, the shock spacers, they just eventually get old and they pop off, and now it's not even doing anything for these shocks up front, and they're both like that. The rear is still fine, but the fronts are not good. But the shocks themselves, I haven't bent any shafts, I haven't broken any pistons on the inside, and they've been holding up real well. Real nice and smooth. Actually, I'll give you a shot of just the car on the ground. So you can see real nice and smooth. The back is fine. I think the front I had to do some more adjusting. I need to add some fluid. I think it seems like there's a little, you know what? These might be bent. Oh yeah. So look at that. You can kind of tell that this one's bent a little bit, but it hasn't affected the way I drive, so I love it. Going back to the front, I have the RPM rod ends on all the tie rods and camber links, everything. It's all RPM. Haven't had a problem with those yet. On 3 of the arms, they are RPM because the stock Traxxas heavy duty arms, they do break, and they break right there. And so that does kind of get annoying every once in a while. But I ordered some more RPM ones, and once this last one breaks up here, then this one will be RPM as well. I have the aluminum steering knuckles up front. I have the blue and then the red. No problems with these at all. Bearings fit perfectly. In the back, I have the aluminum rear hub carrier. These things, you can tell, I beat these things up. I haven't actually replaced any of the bearings on this entire vehicle yet, so that definitely needs to be done. And another thing, guys, I suggest, if you're gonna buy an aftermarket wheel, unless you're strapped for the cash, go Proline. You're not gonna be disappointed. You're gonna pay more money, but I'm telling you what, Proline tires are the best. They, hands down, they stay glued. They don't strip out. If they do strip out, all you have to do is replace where the wheel gets connected to the axle. All these right here, that's it. Proline, hands down, the best. I've had this pair of Prolines I've had at least 8 months. I've had them for a while, and you can tell the wear is it's barely even worn down. Big knobby treads, very, very, very good tires. I suggest go with Proline. All right, as far as the center brace, you can tell I have the aftermarket Traxxas one. This thing has not bent yet. I haven't had any problems with it. It's a perfect fit, no issues whatsoever. I have an aftermarket eBay battery tie down. It works well, but it requires you to screw through your chassis. So, not a big deal, but I thought it would be more convenient using these straps, but I'm just gonna go back to the original snap for the battery, because I just wanted to try it, I guess, and try something different. So this is the original center drive shaft right here. You can tell I've used it. It's still straight, it's perfect. I still have the original shock towers, rear and front. This is still the original chassis, original rear bulkhead. I think at one point I did break the front bulkhead, but the chassis itself, that's original. In the back, I have a differential with 1 million weight fluid. No problems with that differential. Haven't had to open it up yet. It's been great. I've only opened up the front and rear differential one time to top them off with fluid. I've never had any Traxxas diffs break on me. Traxxas, you do pay the price for the vehicles, but they do make solid cars. Really solid cars, solid differentials. Really, you can never go wrong with Traxxas. Going to my new power system, Copperhead 10 ESC, censored with the 1410 3800 kV brushless motor. This is actually a little bit shorter than the Hobbywing 3200 or Hobbywing 3660 3200 kV motor I had in there before. It is a shorter can, less torquey, but I kept the pinion the same just because it's a higher kV. And as far as the ESC goes, I love it because you can do all of the programming on your computer, all your parameters. You can really set exactly what you want, so it makes it really convenient. The receiver, I have the RC4GS receiver. Those things are great. They're like 10 bucks, and they have the gyro, so if you want to set up your AVC or whatever to keep the car straight, you can do that. Now to get to my Castle Link, I actually bought a Reefs little extension right here. So this goes into the receiver box, and then all I gotta do is unplug it right here, and I can plug this into the Castle Link, so it's a lot more convenient. And the Reefs connection right here, it has a little snapper, so it snaps on and it stays good. All right, as far as servo, I got the Reefs Raw 500 in there. Once I got a taste of a Reef servo, I'm never going back to anything else. Like, the quality is far beyond most other servo brands that you're gonna get. They're stronger, they're faster, you're gonna pay more for them, but hands down, of all the servos I had in the past, this is the best. For the servo saver, it's a GPM aluminum one. I did break a servo saver before. I don't know how, but it happened. So, and there I have the aluminum one. And then I have an aluminum Hot Racing, I think it's a Hot Racing servo horn right up in there. At some point, I want to get a fan for my motor or something I can just put kind of right here to have it stay right on my chassis brace. But this was my first basher. This is what got me into the hobby. this car really, you know, I have a soft spot for it. This is one that I'll never get rid of just because it's such a solid car. Even stock, you know, if you're not gonna send it off a mountain, you can buy a stock one and have plenty of fun with it. I wanted more, and with all my other cars, and I tend to want more, so I just do more things to it. But yeah, super awesome car. Oh, also I have a hot racing motor mount right here, and then this is still a stock Valenian motor plate right here as well. This little guy does get pretty warm pretty quick, so on those really hot days you just gotta, you know, take it easy. But all right guys, I hope you enjoyed the new overview of my Rustler. This thing has been a beast, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Keep watching. I know I need to get some more bashing videos, but yeah, thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, see you guys.